Carlos, newly single.
Yes.
Have you tried women?
I've never been with a woman before.
They're all right.
Are you for real?
Have you tried this woman? She's all
like a bad job.
Have you tried this woman?
So wait, so you think the missing piece of my life is maybe I should start dating women? Just to see how it is.
I think that if you date women and you see how it is, Carlos, I think you might just like it.
Carlos King has officially cut ties with Maurice and Marsau Scott after their brutal arrest sent shockwaves across the internet. But what really led to this explosive fallout, and how did it spiral so far out of control? According to reports, the incident happened outside a popular Huntsville lounge late Saturday night. Witnesses say the brothers were attending a private event when a heated argument broke out. Sources claim the fight began over a disagreement related to business dealings. Initially, it was just loud words, but things quickly escalated. Onlookers described Maurice and Marsau surrounded by people trying to calm them down, but instead of cooling off, the situation turned violent. Security attempted to break up the fight, but by then, someone had already called the police. When officers arrived, they assessed the scene and arrested both Maurice and Marsau for disorderly conduct and disturbing the peace. What made things worse was that someone recorded the entire altercation. Within hours, the video went viral on social media. Fans were shocked, disappointed, and some weren't even surprised, noting that tension between the brothers had been brewing for months. Comments flooded in online, with one viewer saying, "Not shocked at all. Those two were on edge for a minute. This was bound to happen." While another added, "I'm embarrassed for them. They let their egos ruin everything they built." What should have been handled privately turned into a public spectacle, and Carlos King had no choice but to respond. It turns out this drama began long before the cameras were rolling. Behind the scenes, there had been whispers of growing friction between Maurice and Marsau. Their disputes weren't just family-based, they were also business-related. Fans of love and marriage. Huntsville know the brothers co-own a construction company and have worked on several projects together. However, insiders reveal that their partnership had been cracking. Disagreements over finances, project management, and credit for success reportedly caused rifts. Their family dynamic didn't help either. On the show, Marsau's blunt attitude often rubbed Maurice the wrong way, while Maurice's efforts to play peacemaker sometimes left Marsau feeling undermined. Fans noticed awkward moments between the brothers during public appearances. Forced smiles, tense body language, and minimal interaction suggested something deeper was going on. One notable episode showed Marsau accusing Maurice of playing both sides during an argument, a moment that left a lasting impact. Some fans believe Marsau felt overshadowed by Maurice's increasing influence on the show, while Maurice felt Marsau wasn't taking enough accountability in their business dealings. All this resentment finally erupted that night outside the lounge. Sources say the altercation was just the boiling point of years of unresolved issues. Carlos King acted quickly after the chaos. Just days after the video went viral, he officially fired Maurice and Marsau from the show. There wasn't a formal public statement, but insiders claim Carlos made the decision to protect the integrity of the show. It wasn't just about the fight, it was the optics. With legal trouble now associated with the Scott brothers and a viral video painting the show in a negative light, Carlos believed their continued presence could hurt partnerships, sponsorships, and the overall brand. Some fans speculated Carlos had been looking for a way to shake up the cast, but most agreed that the move was...
She said very clearly, she's talking about the wife, she's not talking about the children.
She said child. She said child.
She said child. She said child. She said Martell needs a DNA test.
Martell needs to go get a test.
That's what I didn't hear.
Why are you talking about it then?
If you want to mention somebody other than who you talking to, I think I'm talking about what I want to say. Hey, man, get your hand out. Get your hand out. Get your hand out. Get your hand out.
This scene was crazy. Marsau, you had no business trying to fight with Martell, especially when Martell was talking about the truth. The discussion was heated, but honestly, your ass was wrong defending Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda really has been talking about the kids, and I feel like at this point, you should have focused on Latisha instead of...
The move was necessary. Reactions from the brothers were very different. Maurice posted a lengthy message accepting responsibility for the altercation and apologized to fans, the network, and his family. He admitted things got out of hand and emphasized that this wasn't the example he wanted to set for his children or the community. Fans praised his maturity and accountability. Marsau, on the other hand, took a more defensive route. In a short video, he downplayed the incident, calling it a misunderstanding and accusing others of using the fight to push their own agendas. His dismissive tone didn't sit well with many viewers, who felt he missed a chance to own up to his actions. Adding more layers to the story, insiders shared that the feud between the brothers wasn't new. It had roots going back years. Maurice allegedly felt overshadowed by Marsau's need to control every project, while Marsau thought Maurice wasn't doing enough. Jealousy about who got more screen time and disagreements over how their family was portrayed on TV added fuel to the fire. One source even suggested that Marsau believed Maurice leaked personal information to producers to stir up drama. Financial stress also played a big part. Reports indicate that both brothers had been struggling behind the scenes with failing deals and growing debts, which only increased tensions. The most shocking revelation: this wasn't their first off-camera fight. Insiders say producers chose not to air earlier arguments to keep the show on track. In other words, what fans saw was just the tip of the iceberg. Now, with the viral video out, their issues are no longer just entertainment, they're real-life consequences. Both brothers were booked on assault charges and have reportedly hired lawyers. Depending on how the legal case unfolds, they could face probation, fines, or even jail time. On top of that, the network is reviewing their contracts for possible violations tied to conduct clauses. As this story continues to develop, one thing is clear: this scandal may have ended more than just careers. It might be heading straight to the courtroom. Meanwhile, Carlos King is moving fast to reshape the future of love and marriage, Huntsville. Insiders say he's already meeting with potential new cast members and exploring storylines that won't rely on the Scott brothers' drama. Some believe this is a chance for the show to reset, to bring in fresh energy and focus on real love, real challenges, and personal growth instead of constant conflict. Others, however, wonder whether the show can maintain its edge without two of its most talked-about personalities. There's no denying Maurice and Marsau brought intensity and intrigue to the screen, but as many fans pointed out, it's time for the show to grow past the chaos and return to its roots, telling compelling stories about real couples navigating life and business in the South. Still, the fallout from this incident won't go away quietly. The local community in Huntsville has reacted strongly, with many expressing disappointment in the example set by two once-respected businessmen. Several business partners have reportedly pulled out of joint ventures with the brothers, and a planned public speaking event featuring Maurice was quietly canceled following the arrest. It's clear their reputations have taken a hit.